We are live, and I am happy. And it is Sunday. Sunday is Pink Floyd Day. And I think it's important for you to understand the value of Pink Floyd. There is a tremendous amount of Floydians out there. That was not a Freudian slip, that was a real word. And Floyd is much better known in the United States, so let me give you a little bit of background. Pink Floyd, of course, the legendary rock and roll group. Could be the best of all time. Certainly a global following. Well, in America, there was a television show in I want to say the 70s, but it could have been the late 60s. Not really sure of the dates. But there was a show called The Andy Griffith Show. And The Andy Griffith Show had a cast of characters that included Don Knotts, Jim Nabors, Ron Howard, and Andy Griffith. And there's a picture of them. Ron Howard is now in his 60s, just to give you an idea how long ago it was. Okay, and Don Knotts, legendary character. Well, the most legendary character of all is Floyd the barber. He was funny. The show had black and white and color years. The black and white years were the funny years. And this was Floyd the barber. His name was Howard McNair, real name. His autograph is the most valuable in the Andy Griffith Show collection. I only have one. And so they did Pink Floyd. Floyd was like the legendary. He was like the most loved guy on the show. And hard to explain, but Pink Floyd is a play on Floyd the barber. And so if you're not from the United States, you probably wouldn't get the whole deal, but many people do, especially in the South, where Andy Griffith was like from Mayberry, North Carolina, which is a fictitious town. And it was just unbelievable. If you ever watch the show, you can put a comment in there. Sure. Barney Fife, or Don Knotts' character, was the deputy, and he had one bullet and he kept it in his pocket. It was a funny show. But Floyd had a stroke in between black and white and color, and so he could never talk much anymore after that. But they paid him to be on the set and kind of clip hair and not really say a whole lot. And that's why his autograph is so valuable. He was the funniest guy, and he hardly ever signed. So there you go. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world. We have a lot of people on this morning, and I want to make sure that we talk about my title this morning. My title is Rest, Revive, Rejuvenate, and Rock and Roll. Hence the title, Pink Floyd. So I want you today to write down, is there a go-to song that you have? Is there a song that you love the most? My rock and roll song that I love the most is Do Ya by ELO. For personal reasons, but I promoted a concert once and they were the act. And they were my favorite group of all time to begin with before we even started. So there's close personal ties. I've handwritten letters to Jeff Lynne. I have lived my rock and roll fantasies. I'll just say it that way. And I want to know what yours is. What do you listen to that always takes you back to a place? If you remember, I talked about the easy way to get stories is to go back to the house that you grew up in and picture yourself in each room, and stories will begin to appear. Then you can go back to your school where you learned and picture yourself in each grade with each teacher, and you'll come up with stories. Then Go back to playing outside with your friends and you'll come up with stories. But the best stories of all are the ones that I omitted. The ones that pop into your head when you listen to a song from a particular time in your life. It will remind you of your wife, your husband, your kids, birth, death, mom, dad, everything you can possibly think of. And it takes you back there in 1 second. So you listen to that song, which some people call an oldie, but and it's a real oldie if I'm an oldie. But think about it from the perspective of you have a life that you've lived that's full of information, full of lessons. Capture them. Don't listen to music and not have your recording device with you or your laptop or your phone or something that you can put the story into immediately or you'll forget it. That's the secret. Document immediately. So grab some music today. Just take an hour and listen to some songs as you were growing up. And I promise a treasure trove of stories with great endings, great lessons, great morals, and great remembrances will happen. I'll bet you're even going to call some people today and say, hey to them, hey, I was just listening to so-and-so. It takes you right back. I mean, it takes you right back. Pretty cool. And I promise you that not only will you revel in it, you'll be smiling, sometimes even crying at what happened during those times. Think about it. Where'd you grow up? Where'd you go to school? Who'd you play with? What's the music that you listen to? All have stories attached to them. And if you can make those stories transferable to your customers, now you have a sales pitch or a sales presentation that is totally based on emotion. And it becomes a performance when you tell the story and you tell it emotionally. And don't say, well, I'm not really good at storytelling. Bullshit. You practice and you get good at it. When you were 3, you weren't very good at riding a 2-wheel bike, but when you were 6, boom, you're riding all over the place. So don't tell me what you're not good at. Tell me what you need to get better at. That's a better statement. So ladies, gentlemen, it's a Sunday. Wherever you are in the world, it is a day of rest. It is a day of rejuvenation. It is a day to revive yourself, and it's a day to rock and roll. And rock and roll your way to stories and document those stories the minute you remember them. Who was involved? What was the lesson? What happened at the end? Happy or sad? Just document it, because one story will lead you to another. Promise. I promise. And there you go. Cynthia, good morning. Benton, fly, Eagles, fly. Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. 9:59 on time. Coach Phil, good morning. There's a place for anyone in the world who says, I'll take care of it. Harvey McKay. You get it done even if your ass falls off. Jeffrey Gittimer. Exactly. I'll take care of it. When Harvey McKay, I'm blessed with Harvey McKay's friendship. Just totally blessed. Been a friend, mentor for the better part of 30 years. I can't say enough grace over his wisdom and his insight. He has insight. Accountability allows you to make it more painful to not take the right actions. And it's the secret sauce that allows high performers to achieve their goals automatically. Enjoy your weekend. Kuna. Yes, we will. Love Kuna. Need to meet Kuna. And Joachim. The cultivation of manner, though in excess it is foppish and foolish, is highly necessary in a person who has occasion to negotiate with others in manner of business. Samuel smiles. And some of you are going, who's Samuel Smiles? Samuel Smiles is the father. He's the guy. 2-book self-help character. You can probably download them for free on the internet. Go for it. Happy Sunday, and to you, and Patrick, to you. Positive affirmation of the day. I am in charge of how I feel, and today I'm choosing happiness. Boom. Exactly. Boom. By the way, if your picture doesn't appear, can you just go to StreamYard.com/Facebook, and there's a box to click. For some reason, StreamYard unclicks it, and several of you don't have your picture up there. Justin doesn't have it. Patrick doesn't have it. Jose doesn't have it. Just go to Facebook, StreamYard.com/Facebook, and it will let you. Toru, the same. Why don't they? I don't understand. Sneed, the same. Maybe it's my thing, but I don't think so, because there are some Facebookers that are up there. All right, 9:59. Thinker Toys arrived. Great day to take a few lessons. Listen, if you're in the Insiders Club, I talked to my friend Michael Mahalko yesterday. We talked on the phone for half an hour about all kinds of stuff. And Thinker Toys is his premier book. But if you ask him what his benchmark book is, I don't know. He's got 4 books that are absolutely phenomenal. And his Think Pack, you should go get them. But if you're in the Insiders Club, he's agreed to give a masterclass. Whoa. And all we have to do is get the date, and we're rolling. And he's happy to do it and happy to share his wisdom with you. And let me tell you what, in our conversation yesterday, he has wisdom. Wait till you hear the story of how Thinker Toys got published. Unreal. So if you're not in the Insiders Club, like, what the hell are you waiting for? See, the master classes are worth the money. You have one on podcasting. You have one on digital marketing. I mean, these are just amazing. You have one on live streaming. The Insiders Club is it. It's Gittimer.com/Insiders Club. You have to make an investment? Of course you do. What do you think? I mean, seriously, what do you think? It's how life is. Life is full of investments, but the best investment you can make is in yourself. Warren Buffett. Just saying. Boom. All right. Thinker Toys arrived. Isn't that cool? Toru, good evening. Ready for the week? Amazing. Joaquin, you're cool. Tim the Wrestler is here in the house, and I'm happy to make him part of this group. Cleveland is going to come into focus because LeBron will probably end up winning tonight. Who knows? Love that show. Of course, everyone loved that show. If you ever watched the Andy Griffith Show, it's phenomenal. Vancouver Island. Boom. Andy Griffith was in the 60s. I watched the reruns as a kid in the 70s. Thank you, Alan. I between the 60s and the 70s, memories are blurred. Good morning. World Today's great classroom. We only need to pick the subjects we want to learn and grow no matter what our age. The secret is to be curious. I concur. Bart, Belgium. Cynthia, Maryland. Love the Andy Griffith Show. Of course, everyone loved it. It was happy. Always had good endings. Funny as hell. That is the greatest shirt I've seen in a long time. Yeah, it's funny. Pink Floyd. Come on. What's better than that? All right. Happy Sunday. Brian, how are you, bud? Rock in Peace, Eddie Van Halen. You might want to listen to a couple of Van Halen tunes just for the hell of it. This is my favorite song, Do Ya? ELO. Do, 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 do. I've seen it performed live at least a dozen times because I followed ELO around the country once. Back when I was little. Bohemian Rhapsody, good song. Otis had his own cell. Exactly. Otis, oh my God. Yes, I have a mix of rocking out and playing air drums. Exactly. I play air guitar. Good morning. Where are you from? Vibe Hub. Where are you from? Beautiful day, live YouTube. Yeah. See, Neil Young, Heart of Gold. Yeah. Helpless. Neil Young is a good one for me. There's a town in Northern Ontario. I'm a music buff from the 60s and 70s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, and maybe some 80s. Abbey Road always makes me happy. Thanks for the Floyd story. I learned something new every day. Cool. Floyd. Sweet Home Alabama. 70s and 80s tunes always cause me to relive it in a nanosecond. That's exactly correct. And for you, Phil, for Canadians, you got that Canadian thing going on there. You're probably all about Neil Young and Joni Mitchell and, I don't know, David Steinberg. I don't know. Shine On, You Crazy Diamond. Yep, is my go-to song. It's just amazing. I agree. I totally agree. Favorite concert over the last several years was seeing Jeff Lynne in San Jose. Just a great show. He's a musician of the first order. And when ELO was kind of done, he formed the Traveling Wilburys. He's the guy behind the Traveling Wilburys. Did all of the production for Tom Petty, for George Harrison, for Bob Dylan. I mean, just think of the people that were in the Traveling Wilburys. Roy Orbison started. I mean, just unbelievable is all I'm saying. Even Dave Edmunds was in. And Jeff Lynne produced a lot of Dave Edmunds stuff. The show was funny, real, and authentic. Today it gives me pains for exactly similar days where I knew the merchants knew us, the neighbors were friendly about neighbors. I agree. It's not coming back though, Dylan. Love you, not coming back. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap. I collect bad debt from my partners and get them paid. Boom. REO Speedwagon, keep pushing. Probably my earliest awareness of inspiration and motivation. That's unbelievable. Yeah, I Jump, Eddie Van Halen. It's my ringtone. I love Three Little Birds by Bob Marley, especially the line, everything's going to be all right. Yep. Listen to Rush while lifting weights this morning. Lewis, I can't wait to meet you. If you're around today, can you call me? I'm here. Hello, Jeffrey. When life back to normal, come to Manal. Okay. Where is it? One of my favorite songs. Exactly. Thunderstruck, AC/DC. Take me back 40 years to my younger years, and most recently, hockey. A great song to motivate me these days. Glad for it. Don't Stop Believing. It's so many good songs. On our way back home, the Beatles reminds me of my days playing in a band. Wow. The Light by rock band Disturbed gives me goosebumps to this day after surviving a near-death car accident. Wow. Music and ties, and the ties to our memories are so very powerful. Agreed. I totally agreed. Awesome ways to get stories, and yes, songs do bring back memories for stories. I say music makes people happy. Thank you for mentioning story ideas. Mary, my pleasure. That's why I'm here. I'm here to help people. Love to include a soundtrack in my script. Hungry Heart from The Boss. Oh, yeah. Bruce Springsteen. Come on. If you don't like how things are, change it. You're not a tree. Good morning, Coachman. Good morning. Me and my best friend growing up wore out in his dad's Animal House soundtrack on cassette. Sam Cooke always takes me back to those days riding bikes, lighting firecrackers, and staying out way past our bedtime. Love that. God, I love that. You can't get where you want to be by sitting back and hoping for it. Get up and go after it. Exactly. Here Comes the Sun. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Yeah, Stormbringer with Deep Purple. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Sunday Fun Day, Stockholm. Pay it forward. Any person who contributes to prosperity must prosper in turn. Earl Nightingale. Man, I am absolutely a Join the Insiders Club. I agree. What are people waiting for? When Michael Mahalko comes on to the Insiders Club, he's going to blow your doors off creatively. And what I'm probably going to do, I'll have some questions set and then listen for his answers and have that as one part of the interview, and then his wax on creativity and how a person can be more creative. What does somebody have to do to be more creative? End of the line. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Thanks, Dan. And there's the Insiders Club. Just go there and get something. Hi, bud. What's up with you? Oh, you're going to put your new jeans on? Okay, good. We are home today on Sunday, and we are a family, so we always talk about what the heck is going on, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Where the heck is... There we go. Wow. Sneed, our picture shows up on our end. I'll research the StreamYard issue. StreamYard.com/Facebook. Even if you're on the right track, you can get run over and just sit there. Exactly. StreamYard app expired September 28th. We'll have to renew it after the show. Aha. Great job. Thank you, John. Thanks, buddy. Where are you from, John? Good morning from the Bronx. You know, Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, real America. I mean, it is the melting pot of melting pots. Harlem, now gentrified. Brooklyn Heights, now gentrified. Chelsea, now gentrified. Tribeca, now gentrified. Hell's Kitchen, now gentrified. The Meatpacking District, now gentrified. Come on. Freebird, boom. Earlton Lounge across. Wow. Early Bowie takes me back to the Earlton Lounge across from Ponzio's in Cherry Hill. Love that. Dude, way to go. Early Bowie always takes me back. Patrick, yep. Pursuing wealth is a good thing. However, relying on wealth for happiness leads to wealth being taken away from you, or you won't enjoy your wealth. I agree 100 million%. I know a lot of wealthy people that are unhappy people because they don't get the fact that happiness is a choice. Satisfaction. I like Under My Thumb. ELP. Love them. I saw Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Oh man. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Good morning from Madison. Music has always been part of my life. Love the 80s. Cool. See, people are going to talk. We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. Pink Floyd. Unbelievable. Merritt Island, Florida, watching the French Open live, my song Across the Universe, George Harrison. Yeah, exactly. Hello, Dan from St. Louis. Met you many, many years ago at Prez you gave. Isn't this cool? Thank you for, I'm hoping it's the one that I gave at Sheridan Hall, because it's the best presentation place, second best I've ever given. I love that place. I love that place. And as far as music, you can't beat Billy Joel. You can beat Billy Joel, yeah. In Philadelphia, exactly. WMMR in the 70s. Ed Shockey gave Billy Joel his start. And ELO, by the way. Knew him. Passed away. Coltrane is my thought inspiration. Whoa, Sneed. Very deep. Changes. Bowie, just one victory. This is so, come on, look at this. Jeff Lynne was given OBEB. Yeah, exactly. Oh, cool. Cool. I'm happy for him. Greetings, CSW. Old content, sales concept, cool. Mark, Brian Wilson, Pet Sounds. All summer long. I love that song. I love that song. And Be True to Your School, which I don't know is in Pet Sounds, is the movie from Stargirl. And I have the Cars. I had a Rick Ocasek signed album that has the song from this. I can't think of it. I keep thinking You're All I've Got Tonight, but it's not. But the father and son were rocking out to that song in Stargirl, and then Be True to Your School. Oh my God, so good, just so good. So I've got both album covers and I framed them and I put them up in Gabrielle's room. She's nuts, going nuts for them. Rock and roll, go Chiefs, rock and roll. Oh my God. Shaboom, life could be a dream. My dad loved this song. See, there you go. What did your dad love? Do you even know the music that your dad loved? Or your mom? I wonder. Stevie Wonder signed, sealed, and delivered after I signed my future. Huge deal. Rinse and repeat. Kathy, way to go. Way to go. Sounds corny, but I believe in myself and I work hard. Arthur Godfrey. It ain't corny, dude. It ain't corny. I was listening to the attitude section of Jeffrey Gitomer's 7-figure sales formula yesterday. My favorite song, Don't Look Back in Anger by Oasis, has more meaning for me now. Wow. That's great. I love to drive through the mountains listening to The Doors, LA Woman, loudly. Yeah, there's nothing like loud. I was driving in the late 80s. I was driving back and forth to Cincinnati from Charlotte, and I had songs that I just listened to, but the Knack, I listened to the hell out of that. Loud as I possibly could listen to, knew every word. Break On Through to the Other Side, Marshall Tucker Band, This Old Cowboy. Look at these things. Look at these people talking songs here. Huh? Tom Petty, Running Down a Dream. Peter Gabriel, In Your Eyes. Rents are falling in New York City. People are following Kurt Russell and Escape from New York like crazy. LA, San Francisco, Chicago, New York City are going away. Why? Because the people that govern only govern for themselves, not for the people. Just saying. Yep, Running Down a Dream. Ed Shockey, MMR, gave Bruce a big push. I agree. I knew Ed Shockey. I loved Ed Shockey. We talked many times. When ELO was on the Mike Douglas show, I went and Ed Shockey showed up. The guest host was Albert Brooks. I loved Albert Brooks. I made Albert Brooks laugh. Boom, I'm done. Our waiter mentioned he was taking business creativity in college. I told him Thinker Toys would be a good book. 5 minutes later, he came to the table. I just purchased the book online. Is that cool or what? Come on. Is that cool or what? People don't understand the value, the simple value of making a suggestion to somebody else. It can change their life. My dad loved In the Mood. Wow. So did my dad. Yeah, Shake It Up. Rick Ocasek from the Cars, Shake It Up. Rockin' Yes. Isn't this great? Everyone gets to say their music. Come on. Everyone gets to say their music. That's so rare in this. Taking Care of Business. BTO, they're Canadian also, aren't they? Yeah. Ooh. Red Rain, Peter Gabriel. Close to the Edge, yes. Wish You Were Here. Wish You Were Here. Oh, man. Love every tune for different reasons, of course. Of course you do. I have great music room. Still have a turntable. Original jazz albums from the 50s. Even a reel-to-reel tape machine. Way to go. Way to go. Yeah, I learned jazz in the 50s at summer camp. I have a lot of amazing jazz. I saw Miles Davis in concert. I mean, I'm there. Llama, llama, llama. Yeah, rock and roll is king. ELO. Yep. San Francisco is fine. Oh yeah. Then why aren't people going there anymore? Mama, my Sharona. Yeah, cool. Pride, Stevie Ray Vaughan. My kid, she's my pride and joy. Cool. Cool. Don't play what's there. Play what's not there. Miles Davis. Whoa. Whoa, what a great quote that is. Anything produced by Phil Spector. Yep. Dark guy, great music. The Wall of Sound. On the Righteous Brothers. Come on. The Ronettes. Come on. The Dixie Cups. Come on. Darlene Love. Oh. Backup singers. Sonny and Cher. Backup guitarist. Glenn Campbell. Way to go on the Thinker Toys recommendation. Yeah, the Wall of Sound. Exactly. Fire on High. Oh, you don't know. Fire on High is like the greatest. And it was the theme song for ABC's Wild World of Sports for a long time. The thrill of victory, the agony of defeat. It is now time. Value of music, how it stays in the brain. YouTube words. Exactly. All right, now, guys. Eminem, Lose Yourself. Wow, jazz album. Kirsten, take a look at what's happening in San Francisco. Walk around. I'm just saying. I saw Miles in concert probably 5 times. Yeah, I only saw him once, but I'm telling you, good girls don't, but I do. The Knack, love that song. My dad got an album of Jose Feliciano Fireworks, an incredible album. He got it when we lived in Thailand. I listen to it and think of him every time. See, that's the power of music. Not just that it brings back the love of the song, but the love of someone else who loved the song. Go for it. Just go for it. Yep. Now, guys, the change is coming. I'm hoping. I am praying for that change. Totally praying for that change. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, Lewis, good to see you this morning, bud. Find me, call me, make me happen. And go to the Insiders Club. Come on. Go to the Insiders Club. Come on. You know what? I just gave Facebook permission to use my picture, and they don't use it. Gittimer.com/Insiders Club. Go there because Michael Mahalko is coming, and he will talk to you about creativity, and it will be a lesson worth $1 million because it might give you that $1 million idea. And I will see you tomorrow, 9:59 a.m. on Monday, wherever in the world you are. It might be p.m., might be late at night. Toru, good evening. Australia, good evening. Singapore, good evening. Europe, good evening. Stay safe. Be healthy. Rest, relax, and rock and roll. Cheers. 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 Cheers.